Alright, Schlockmeister fans, more of a newer horror film here. This one's called The House of the Devil. Let's check it out. This is Sam. She's moving into a new apartment. Horror fans might recognize Dee Wallace as her landlady briefly there.
Yes?
Sam needs money.
You just left me a message about the babysitting position.
Oh, yeah, I did. How did you get this number?
Her friend Megan in an early role, Greta Gerwig.
And then a hallway down the right.
Oh, is it carpet or hardwood?
Hardwood.
Good. Carpet spill.
The babysitter stood her up, so no job at this moment.
Oh,
But he calls back.
I don't know. Some dude, some guy. I left his number on your desk.
Anyway, she gets the job. Sam doesn't have a car, so Megan drives her over to drop her off at the house. But they don't have a kid.
We have a child, but he's grown. This job tonight is not for our child, but for my wife's mother.
Oh.
For one night.
She
Please,
agrees,
you have no idea how important this is.
but for a lot of money.
400.
They're weird. We leave. This is beyond weird. It's mental. You know, they lied to you. They lied to you.
I
They're
know,
liars.
okay, I know you're right. But it's $400. It's $400 for 4 hours?
Megan drives away and meets a stranger on the side of the road.
Are you not the babysitter?
No, I'm not the babysitter. My friend.
Are you here for Mother?
We meet the dude's wife,
Yes.
Mary Warrenoff.
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. You're a godsend.
So they leave, and Megan has the house to herself. They're told that the mother's upstairs by herself. She may not even come out for the night. Who knows? Probably won't. She pulls out her Walkman. She has a love for the fix.
Shit!
As she and Megan were getting out of the car, they noticed a Volvo, which is also the same car they left in, but she sees a picture of that same Volvo with a different couple in front of it. And she hears some noise as she's taking a dump. She goes upstairs, knocks on a door. She doesn't go in this door. If she did, she would have found a pentagram and a few dead bodies, the people in that picture. Anyway, the pizza she ordered comes, and the delivery guy is somebody we recognize. A guy who shot Megan in the car. Well, she only ate one slice of the pizza, and then she tossed it out because it didn't taste good or something. Then she decides to explore the house, including the upstairs bathroom. That's a little odd. Well, it turns out there was something in her pizza, and it takes effect on her, and next thing you know, she's passing out on the floor. When she wakes up, things are a little different for her. The family returns, the babysitter's family, that is. Or family that hired her, I should say. And they're performing a satanic ritual. But they didn't have her tied that well, and she somehow manages to escape. Just a shoulder shot. She's very resilient, though. And that's the end of that dude. And she gets Mary Warrenoff, too. She gets chased into the cemetery by the guy.
He's given the sign. He's chosen you. It's your destiny to accept him.
But she suddenly thinks that the best way out of this is to shoot herself. But amazingly, she survives that gunshot to the head, and we find her in the hospital next.
You're gonna be just fine. Both of you.
All right, let's talk about this movie, House of the Devil. Came out in 2009. This is a movie that a friend of mine, my fellow Schlockmeister Jeff, let me know, hey, you got to watch this movie, House of the Devil. It's really, really cool. So I went out and bought it, and I watched it, and I loved it. I remember it being very good. Haven't seen it since until today, or last night, actually. But I remember it being very good, and I wanted to watch it again for quite a while, and I'm glad I did, because it's still good. It still holds up. What we have here is kind of an homage to 80s horror movies. It kind of has that look and feel, and of course, it does take place in the 80s. It's got some decent cast members, too, and not in addition to Greta Gerwig, obviously a young Greta Gerwig. But we have Dee Wallace, who did some horror movies, Cujo, The Howling, and Mary Warnoff, who did a lot of stuff, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, House of the Devil. The story here, this girl, takes place in the early 80s, I think. She moves into an apartment, but she needs some money because she doesn't have a lot, so she takes this babysitting job. And she goes over to the babysitter's house. Greta Gerwig, her friend Megan, drops her off. And it turns out they're not there she's not there to babysit somebody. The guy misled her. He says it's my mother, or actually his mother-in-law. One of the two. Either his wife's mom or his mom. I can't remember. But anyway, they said she's upstairs. She's kind of infirm a little bit. They said you might not even see her. Who knows? But we just need to see her just in case there's some sort of emergency. So she reluctantly agrees after he sweetens the pot to $400 for about 4 hours work. So she stays. Meanwhile, her friend Megan, who was driving home, stopped when she saw this guy outside a few miles down the road, I don't know, and offered him a light. And the guy said, "Are you the babysitter?" And she's like, "No, I'm the babysitter." Then boom, she gets shot in the head. That kind of caught us completely off guard. What the hell was that all about? So anyway, Megan's dead. And then Samantha, the girl in the house, orders a pizza. The delivery guy comes by, and the delivery guy is the guy who just shot Megan. So things are getting a little weirder. What the hell? The delivery guy phone number, or sorry, the pizza place phone number, obviously went to this guy, and it was set up by the owner of the house. So anyway, she has a piece of pizza. It doesn't taste very well. She tosses it out. And a few minutes later, she passes out. Something was in the pizza to knock her out. When she wakes up, she is tied to the floor on this giant pentagram upstairs. And Mary Warnoff is back. The husband's back. Thomas Noonan plays the husband. The delivery guy who shot Megan, he's there, and a couple other people too. They're having a satanic ritual, and they're obviously going to sacrifice her in some way. Well, they end up pouring some blood in her mouth, but she manages to escape. She stabs one of the guys in the eye, gets out of there. He then shoots her, but it was a shoulder shot, so she's fine. Well, she's injured, but she's alive. She manages to slice his throat then, and she gets out of there. Then she stabs Mary Warnoff, and then she leaves the house, and she's getting chased outside into a cemetery by Thomas Noonan, the guy. And the guy says, "Don't you understand? You're the chosen one," blah, blah, blah. And Samantha's a little freaked out, and she has a gun at this point. She has the gun from the delivery driver, the pizza guy, and she takes the gun and decides to just shoot herself in the head. So presumably she's dead, but no. Next scene, we see her in the hospital with the wraps around her head, and nurse comes by and says, "You're going to be fine." And then she taps her on the belly and says, "Both of you." Obviously, they're hinting that she's been impregnated in some way, shape, or form by some satanic baby cult or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's the movie, and I think it's a really, really good movie. It was a nice homage to the 80s stuff, and it's got a cool soundtrack, and it really builds tension throughout. There's not a whole lot of action that takes place, but it's never slow. It's just very good. Once she gets in the house and she's all alone, there's just a certain feel, this vibe you get, that it's just scary. And it is scary. There's a couple of legitimate shocks in this. First of all, when Megan gets shot, totally catches you off guard. And then when she wakes up on the pentagram, it goes from quiet to just boom in your face. So it's pretty cool. I like this movie. No nudity in this movie, but a few little gore scenes, and not a ton. But overall, it's just a very, very well done movie. In fact, it's so well done, I'm surprised they didn't make a bunch of sequels to this, because it's really good. It's really good. I don't know what else to tell you about it. So anyway, that's House of the Devil. Like I've had this DVD with a slipcover. In fact, it might be the first slipcover movie I ever had. I don't know. But it's really cool. I'll leave a link down below on Amazon if you're looking to buy it, and I would definitely say buy it. I'm not sure if it's on Blu-ray or not. If it is, I'll leave a link to that. But this is definitely one you want to buy because it's a good movie and it's well worth viewing, and I'll watch this again in a couple of years. So check it out. House of the Devil. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments. Watch it.